In the June 13th episode, Val predicts Prince Harry's next move, but there's a catch.
See, the problem is we've got Black Moon Lilith in the middle of the nodes. So something a little bit shady could be coming up. Oh God. It's a wowza collaboration, maybe some kind of new venture.
June 14th.
Can be a person in PR, maybe.
The Sussexes make a controversial new hire from the Crown series. Each week, Val and Amber make royal predictions and track breaking news headlines. June 6th, Val and Amber see trouble for Prince William.
Pretty much in the next few days.
Oh, this is like a shocking secret exposed.
It's almost like I can't believe this whole time that she was doing that. Prince William, check in the finance department, right? Who do you think this woman is to Prince William?
That Four of Pentacles, this is the person who holds the purse and holds the money.
June 28th, a wealthy donor is accused of selling royal access.
I'm Astrologer Val Evans. It is Friday, July 18th, and I'm here with Amber to read the charts and cards, review news headlines, and predict shocking royal and world events. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get an alert. You can head over to Instagram and follow me for more charts and announcements. Just go to Undercover Astrologer. And if you're new here, welcome to the show. The content here is for royal watchers, astrology lovers, but we also show you how to make your own predictions using your solar return chart, among many. Today, we're going to look at the solar return for King Charles and the solar arc chart, which is an ancient way of making predictions. And a special thanks to our replay crew and our members, the valedictorians, who help make this show possible. If you'd like to become one and support us, just click the join button and get some member-only content. Here's a quick promo for the secret career code on Amazon. If you're interested in knowing exactly how a job is going to go, you can use your job chart, which is the time, it's the birth of your job. So you're going to use your hire date as the horoscope, and it can give you some really interesting timing, and you can learn all about it in the secret career code. And if you're interested in following Amber, you can go to @Taurus Moon Tarot 761 on YouTube. You can also go to the description box if you want to book a reading with Amber. And her email address is right in there, as well as my website if you want to book a reading. Definitely check out the Camp Mystic Prediction and Aftermath. It was amazing, all of the clues that we were getting, just looking at the sky, looking at the horoscope for the eclipse and what it would bring. It's been a couple of weeks with all the stuff that's been going on in the news. There's been a lot of news the past week. So we're going to cover some of that, of course, focused on the UK. I'm going to say hello to everyone. Patsy, nice to see you. Pauline is here. Yes, thank you, Pauline. Addie, Meg, Buckeye Clay fan, Lynn's, Kathy from Vancouver, Eleanor from London. Hello, Eleanor. And Kathy, I'm so glad you could come in and watch us live. Vicky's here, and I am hoping one of our amazing moderators, Angel, is here. Pernille Wolf Jensen is here from Denmark. Michelle and Jen, nice to see you. Kate's here. The face painter. Oh my God, we've got everybody here. Inga, except Angel. Where's Angel? I bet it's still early for her. So maybe we'll see her later. I know, Jen, French marriages seem so complicated, don't they? Yeah, Michelle, you're just waiting for the thunderstorm here in the UK. So we see so many different types of fluctuations in weather because of Mercury retrograde. And of course, we've got Saturn going retrograde at the same time. So that's like a triple whammy when we've got multiple planets kind of stationing and retrograding at the same time. So, hey, Lucy. And can I ask you how Cookie and Cody are doing?
They are doing great. They have bonded and they are never going to be separated. They're so cute. Yeah. Their relationship has evolved.
Oh, that's nice. They are our special mascots, because we like to mention them every once in a while because they do give us clues. Looking back on some of our shows, it's like they'll give a big bark and we're both in shock. And actually, those were some pretty big clues, if I remember correctly. So they're spot on. Now, we were looking at the clues of 3. We were seeing a lot of 3, some really, bad headlines that came up. This was I think this was 2 weeks ago. 3 drivers crushed to death by trees, 3 kids found stabbed. I mean, really bad stuff. Also, this past week, we saw, it was almost it was supposed to be a secret meeting of the Sussex team and King Charles, and how many people were out there in that private club on the balcony, but 3 people, 2 representatives, I guess, from King Charles and 1 from the Sussex camp. So there was another omen or symbol of 3. I think it's going to be something about 3 kings. I don't know if we know yet. What do you think?
It's really interesting you mentioned how dark the headlines have been around the 3. So what kind of omen are we thinking it is? I don't know. But 3 kings make sense to me.
Yeah. 3 egos, 3 big egos. And I wanted to mention that right now we've got Saturn conjunct Neptune. This is, remember that old movie from the 80s, Michael Douglas, Black Rain. So that's kind of that's what I'm getting right now. But we've got 2 retrograde planets together. It can mean a whole lot of things, Saturn conjunct Neptune. Sometimes it can be good if it's well aspected. So it's not always terrible, but in history, it wasn't so great. Yeah. So as an example, this is September 1863, the Battle of Chickamauga. We're right in the middle of the Civil War here. And this chart is for the River of Blood, 34,000 casualties. And you can see Neptune is a body of water, and it is in Aries. So as Neptune dips its toe into Aries, it could just be a red river. Yeah. And I've got Red River Barbecue around the corner from me, I mean, it could be the name of something, but you're also seeing an opposition here with Saturn. So it's a little bit similar to what we're seeing, because we're still having that Saturn-Neptune relationship going on.
That's like an angry river, right? Like an angry.
It could be, yeah. Or fear, something that evokes fear. It's so interesting with the was the River of Blood. Donald Trump claims in his, and that's in Georgia, by the way, that right by his golf course in Georgia, that the River of Blood ran through his or around his golf course. And many people say that's not true. It's not really where it was. But Saturn, here are a whole bunch of things that Saturn could mean, but retrograde. So if you're talking about rules, we're talking about the rules aren't so strong.
Yeah.
Neptune, we're talking about corruption. So it's easy, maybe it's easy to corrupt people, but yet at the same time, it could possibly be maybe the karma of corruption of Neptune, meaning the monks or religious figures, conspiracy. So you're going to see things like the Jeffrey Epstein, a conspiracy story. It's really coming out like people are angry, which would be Aries. And so there it is. Thai woman arrested for blackmailing monks with thousands of videos after sex. I mean, have you ever seen some? What? I mean, it's crazy. So we've got a Thai woman, which would be a foreign woman, blackmailing. Black would be Saturn. Monks would be Neptune, and of course videos. So, and that's when I say Neptune, you could have floods, but also photos and videos. So old videos coming back to haunt everybody again. And then, of course, Neptune is a jail, and alligators could be Saturn, something that you fear. Of course, we're seeing things in the news like alligator Alcatraz, which is, I don't even want to talk about it. Now, there were 2, I think, huge stories in London this past week. I guess the biggest one was that the UK launched secret scheme to relocate Afghans after data leak, documents show. And so it's being reported, at least, that Britain set up a secret scheme to relocate thousands of Afghans to the UK after a soldier accidentally disclosed the personal details of more than 33,000 people, putting them at risk of reprisals from the Taliban, court documents showed on Tuesday. So we're going to look at the chart to see if we can see that coming in. And by the way, it says a judge at London's High Court said in a May 2024 judgment, first made public on Tuesday, that about 20,000 people may have to be offered relocation to Britain, a move that would likely cost several billion pounds. So this is enough to make a lot of people really angry. And the other big news was seeing the Sussex team in town and talking to the King's people. So that was a big one. So before we even get into that chart, I wanted to ask you what you got for this week for the UK, for England, maybe some clues.
Yeah, I have 3 tarot cards and then I have 3 astrological cards.
Okay.
And the first drop, because they just dropped together side by side, was my Tower and Devil card. And it's interesting. I don't know what you're always going to share. So there's so much Capricorn in this reading that I got. So this Devil card, and I really focused in on this lightning. For some reason, I feel like there's a lightning stitch, but the whole overall with this 10 of Wands, the message that I get is a shocking end to something that people are obsessed with. There's a shocking end to it. It doesn't necessarily mean negative. I don't actually read this negatively. There's like an obsession of something that people will release, and it shocks everyone that we let it go, so that it's being let go. But there's also a lightning theme. So I clarified each of those separately. And the crazy part is I got Aquarius with that pow, and it made me think more about lightning. And I got my Capricorn card, which is identical to the Devil. It's the same energy with that Devil and obsession and rules in Saturn. You mentioned Saturn. And that 10 of Wands, as I was thinking about its representation in a chart, I was like, it's more Sag, travel. It's people traveling. Yeah. And I pulled the Sagittarius card. So is there a shocking end to some kind of travel? I started thinking about this airplane, lightning. I'm sort of formulating my intuitive thoughts there, but they were just very cohesive together.
Definitely. And when we get that Capricorn, it's always something that has to do with the government. And I remember the last time you got that Aquarius Powell card. Yeah. It was either right before, I think we got it a couple of times, but there were some big accidents that came up and just shockers. Yeah, I bet that there's going to be something that has to do with government rules, that kind of thing. And you said UK soldier sent the Afghan list email twice. Was it by accident? What? And this is so interesting with Mercury retrograde, because things are coming out. Maybe they couldn't hold it back any longer, and something happened where suddenly we're getting this information. See how Mercury retrograde can be actually pretty positive there. And hello, Linda. Nice to see you. Stacy, you said, hi, Val and Amber. Oh my God, have finally managed to get you live. Love you both so much. I'm Stacy from Kent in England. Okay, got it. Yes, we've got lots of nicknames here. Michelle, you have a question. Is there any way you can look at the Live Aid chart that we celebrated last weekend for the 40th anniversary? It would be lovely to see the positive energy clues. I really like that. I'm going to make a note, and we'll do that next week. Jen, you pulled out your dark tarot cards for this time period. Hello, Deborah. All right, so let's just quickly look at this chart, and then because we have some charts, we've got King Charles, we've got Prince Harry to look at, and then next week's. But this is last week's. So what we would do is we pull the Sunday midnight chart, and then for the location, we type in the city. And so for July 13th, isn't it interesting that the rising sign is Aries, where there would be something that would probably make people extremely angry this week. And so you go over to Tuesday is when the news hit about data leak. And so Mercury rules that. Of course, Mercury is information.
Yes.
Interesting how it's in Leo. So there it is. And
families are
yeah, that's right. Families. Something in the family. But remember, when Mercury is poorly aspected in a chart, it usually means a thief or something is stolen. Sometimes I recently had a client who had something like that, and we're trying to figure out what it was. Sometimes we'll go back in the past and I'll be like, do you remember what that was? And she's like, yeah, somebody stole my idea.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily physical all the time, but
And
in
in
this
Gemini too. Someone just mentioned two.
case, they send it twice, right?
Mhm.
And so what is going on opposing the zodiac sign for data, Aquarius? The moon is up the top here, illuminating the data. So we're really looking at the country in a sense, what's
Right.
happening, or the city of London, really, if you want to get technical. And so we've got, what do we have? Black Moon Lilith. It's
Mhm.
in Scorpio. Makes me wonder if that data leak, if it was some kind of, obviously it's a betrayal,
Yeah.
but it could it have been some form of revenge,
Mm.
of maybe it was this soldier? I don't know. I wanted to ask you, like, what do we not know about all this data that was dumped, which really is going to cause a lot of people to move.
Mm. It almost feels, yeah, it feels intentional. There was some kind of intention. It's like someone's goal to leak it. And then I have the death card. It's to change something. They're looking to change something. If they did it on purpose, they dreamed of this. This was like not just, oh, oops. This was not oops.
Not oops, not oops,
Not
very
an,
intentional.
yeah.
Wow, that was
But it's,
dirty.
yeah, the purpose would be the death card was the question. So it's like to change something. What that
Okay.
is, I don't know.
Definitely is going to change something. Maybe cybersecurity, but they always say that every time there's a breach. It's like, well, now we've learned our lessons until the next breach. But
Yeah.
Christine from Northern Virginia, I hope Harry loses all privileges. He really burned the family and traditions of the monarchy, which is an opinion that is shared by many. We try to just read the charts. And by the way, sometimes we get a good reading for the Sussexes. Sometimes we get a bad reading for them. And, we try not to choose sides because we like all sides. Jen, you said you got the Devil card and the Queen of Swords for the prediction for this week. And yeah, the Epstein list was huge this week. I mean, that was really one of the bigger ones because
Yeah.
there's a lot of reporting that, and this is getting into the Trump category, but his base is kind of cracking because of that. They were all excited about the list, and they're like, "Well, what list? What list? Oh, we don't have a list. There was never a list.
No.
You people are all crazy."
Right.
So they're all trying to work that out right now. So the weekly prediction. So how I did this is I pulled the chart for July 20th. This is Sunday, 29 degrees in Aries here. So this is something that is huge. Oh my God, I didn't even see this when I pulled this. Wow, look at this T-square. This comes in, it would seem, right on Sunday. And this is a revenge thing. This is a revenge
Mhm.
thing. This is yikes. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be in London, but
Yeah.
we are going to be hearing about it. It's either going to be Sunday, July 20th, or we could go to the second house, which is Monday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday. So Sunday or Wednesday, this looks like some heat,
Mm.
something that is shocking everyone.
Hmm.
What is it?
Well, that's the energy of that Tower card. The Emperor. I always see that as someone who is like a business person. It almost feels like another leak of information could be around Catherine. I don't know if you can see that in this chart, but it almost feels like someone leaks information or something fake about Catherine.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Let me see here.
Maybe even to do with her children.
Okay. It's funny that you say that because what I'm getting a Venus here, which is in Gemini. And I tend to look at Catherine as a twin because her sister's kind of
Right.
twinning with her. She's sort of the twin to Diana in a sense.
Mhm.
They have the same type of style. Well, wow. Look, here's another T square here. And this is Mars, and it is in Virgo. This could be Pisces is health and hospital. So
Mm.
there's a possibility another data leak, possibly with Catherine's health,
Mhm.
that might be coming in. But on this day, I want to say it's probably, let's see. So we go, first house would be Sunday, second would be Monday, and so on. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Um, yeah, sometime in later on Friday, that's when Venus kicks in. This is when the woman is very, very mad.
Yeah.
Yikes, this looks really mad. Or it could be a group of women. It
Right.
could be a group of wealthy women because of the second house.
Mhm.
Uh, whoa. Could you give us more of a profile on who this group of women
Well, you said
is?
wealthy, and the Ace of Pentacles popped out, which is a lot of money. It almost too feels like they are mad about a return of a leader. There could be this return energy of someone who has masculine power with that Emperor card. I don't like the Knight of Swords. Oh, yeah, women. Definitely. But healthcare, women's healthcare, someone returning, there could be a leader who is returning some kind of policy, or they're disliked. I think their way is not well received.
Interesting. And what's also interesting. Oh, do you want to add to that?
When I said, what are the women,
Ooh.
feeling? And this is that Nine of Swords, that, that's intense stress or pressure.
Definitely. I see the 18 here. So they are angry, and really 18 can be diseased and sick women who are like, "Oh, we need our insurance." It could be
Yeah.
something like that. But they're definitely trying to communicate, but it looks like they're having a problem communicating.
Mhm.
Except there's a little blue line here to Mercury retrograde, and that's in the fifth house of family. This could be somebody who is powerful, but that could also be an email that's coming out. I think it could be more email trouble maybe
Mhm.
this week. But yeah, so women angry. Whenever I see all of that Leo there, and that could be on Thursday, there could be some more, maybe some type of, Mercury squaring Black Moon Lilith.
Mhm.
Wow, that could be Thursday, Friday time frame. Is this something different than what we're talking about with the women?
Mm.
Like this looks like a bad royal.
Mm. Page of Cups. I guess we can read this two ways. That Seven of Swords in reverse with the Page of Cups. This is like a lie or a scandal, or false reporting, false information, or truth being exposed around a young man. And usually this young, and it's someone well known with the World card. It's someone with recognition, public figure. Knight of, it's like confirmation on the youth. They're almost the same imagery. It's almost the same gentleman. And it's in the reverse. Something's exposed around a young man.
We could be getting more information on, was it the Norwegian prince?
Maybe.
Sam says Starmer wouldn't step down no matter what. Please, Starmer stepping down. Could we get a card for Starmer? What's going to happen to Starmer in the next 6 months?
Let's see. Oh, fall off a cliff. Fool in reverse. Going back on something. Stuck. Oh, 10 of Cups. Is he married?
Yes. Yep.
There might be some trouble in paradise. 10 of Cups in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. This is so much stuck energy. He cannot go anywhere. He can't maneuver. And it could have to do with his family. He can't do something. And there's women speaking out. There might be like a little bit of talking of women up against him that sort of shuts him down or creates some stopping.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. Michelle was saying the CEO cheating man's wife caught out at Coldplay. Yikes. Yes. And I think her name starts with a K. Not to say, especially we've got Kimberly on here, but if your name has a K in it, or it starts with a K, it can show that you have Leo energy, but it can show like, and I think that woman, when she was caught, the HR manager is like Kristen or something like that. So you're seeing kind of the Leo themes coming in. I wonder if that's an omen. Like, could that be a king on video or something like that?
The last card I didn't get to share about this scandal around a younger person, that 3 of Cups, it made me think of a cheating scandal.
Yeah, that's possible.
Oh, yeah. Ace of Swords in reverse. That's, again, big truth reveal. Truth comes to the surface. Something comes out.
I don't want any. I don't want any more truth. I've had too much.
Too much.
We're gonna look at 2 charts today. We're gonna look at the solar return chart, which is what a lot of you who follow this channel, you're really into it because you can really see some great predictions. So you're gonna click on the solar return once you go to AstroSeek and type in your birth information. So you got to pull the birth chart up first. Then you're going to go to the solar only tab, not the solar and birth chart, and you're going to take a look at that. Make sure that the last birthday that you had, what is the year that's reflected. So, if you were born in December of last year, you're still going to pull your 2024 chart. And and it's going to be a chart where there's no planets on the outside. We're going to look at a very ancient timing method, the solar arc. I really think it might be the best timing method. And it's one of these charts that's kind of like the progress chart. It just goes slow and it's like, oh, God, when is this time period going to end or when is it going to begin? So here's King Charles's solar arc. It's right now. From a general standpoint, it's like your solar arc too, where basically you can see any cluster of planets. Let's look at Mars, vertex, and Jupiter. The chart just shifted up here like a dial, and you can see Mars, vertex, Jupiter in the same lineup, but just moved and activated natal planets inside. It changes, it turns, and it affects your natal planets. I'm going to get back to this one, the solar arc, but we're going to look at Uranus here. We're going to look at this one. And you could see an opposition here. This is right now with Neptune. When you have a planet that represents a person in your life, for Charles, it's Uranus. For Prince Harry, and you see an opposition with Neptune, it usually means they disappear. Or they could cause scandal or both. Right. And so I've got another couple of charts I'm going to show. We're going to look right now. I kind of got these out of order, of course, because it's Mercury retrograde. But Prince Harry's chart, this is his solar return chart. And I wanted to show you what North Node means in your solar return chart. So it means what you're going to receive this year. Now, if it's got a bunch of red lines through it, you're not getting anything this year. Yeah. And, it's kind of like you're going to have to skip Christmas. Mm-hmm. So for him, though, his North Node is in Pisces in his 7th house. This could mean an employment contract, which is the 7th house. Hopefully it's not another spouse. And so there it is. So before I even get to looking at his solar return, I would like to ask you about this North Node. What is Prince Harry receiving this year?
And it's in September or anytime this year? 2025.
Let's see. It's a good question. You know what? Well, since it doesn't look like he's receiving it, I guess it's just in general, but I'd say his solar return year. What's he supposed to get? He's not going to get it.
It's interesting. The Knight of Pentacles, that is a Virgo card, but it's about money and it's trickling slowly. This is a very slow moving money coming towards you. But in this image, you can see he's losing money. He's losing money. It's like falling out of his backpack and he's walking away from the money. Or it's just very slow or delayed finances. Something he would get. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there does look like a couple of months he will receive something. And it's got Black Moon Lilith is part of it. And I'm going to explain that in a second because it looks like not just Prince Harry has a trick up his sleeve. which is I mean, this isn't a grand trine, so this can be very good with North Node.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is all these red lines going through it. So it's going to be a lot of people trying to block it.
Yeah.
But Jupiter this year is the 4th house lord. This is King Charles right there.
Yes.
And it looks like they both have some kind of strategy where they both receive something. So it looks as if they will come to an agreement about something. Plus, Jupiter is his dad, and it is a trine, or I'm sorry, it's a sextile, which is a good aspect to Harry's son. And that could be something very good. It might even actually help King Charles's health by maybe having a conversation. They'll be definitely talking about his health, which is Virgo. But Harry is trining Uranus, which is making a lot of change abroad. And so that's really interesting. But the problem is whenever you have the oppositions with Virgo, this is health issues. And I'm afraid to say it looks as if Prince Harry maybe he's getting some wins, but is Prince Harry going to get sick?
This 4 of Swords in reverse, this is like being in recovery from something. Typically, it's like you can be diagnosed maybe with exhaustion, right? Like actual diagnosable exhaustion, where you're ordered to rest, do less with that 7, take your time, slow down. 7 of Pentacles, quite slow. The Death card. Like this is a necessary change that needs to be made in his schedule, and I got the Moon card on the bottom. His health I get it, like exhaustion.
It's mental exhaustion,
dehydration.
Let's see here. So we've got, and this is pretty severe here. September 15th to October 15th. We've got 3 planets, which is a stellium. We've got, his sun is always going to be at 22 because he is a Virgo. But there's an opposition with Saturn and Neptune here. And this is definitely slowed down. It looks like there is a depression of some sort. So it could be some kind of a mental problem, but certainly seems like his dad, maybe he's telling his dad that, he's, maybe down or depressed, and his dad's helping him somehow. Yeah. So that could be a good thing. So interesting. Oh, but also we were talking about this in another show. Virgo can also mean clothing. So I wonder if I think they are doing something that has to do with clothing, but they may be shut down with this clothing type of project. Can you tell us about the clothing project?
Let's see. King of Wands popped out, which is, that's a powerful card. Someone in charge doing something, creative. That Page of Wands. Is it children's clothing? That's kind of what I'm getting.
I think it is.
It is. Yeah. See, it feels like active wear, or there's some kind of edge to the clothing. Like it might have a specific, Knight of Wands. It's like a passion project.
Okay.
I feel like, active wear, leisure wear.
Reminds me of that old Dunkin' Donuts commercial with, you'd have to look it up, but they're always like active wear, leisure wear, and their woman's just wearing the same thing. It's kind of, it's not a very nice, I'm not even going to describe anymore. But it's too funny. It's one of those 80s commercials. Yeah. And do you really seriously remember that commercial?
Yes, I do.
That's so funny. Okay. Okay. Jen, you said no Christmas for Harriet Sandringham. I don't think so. And let's see, I wanted to, Buckeye Clayfin, what are those crowns and numbers for? Crowns and numbers?
Oh, in the chat. If they're like Victorian, maybe? The crown in the chat.
I have no idea.
Huh.
Yeah, and let's see. me get down to Eleanor. Not underwear then? I don't know that. Oh, what does the purple crown label mean? I have no idea. Doesn't it involve like alcohol? Okay, so let me get back here to this. And yeah, lots of clothing, children's clothing with Mercury there. So, but it's sort of like, no, you can't do that. I think that they could meet, and at the very least, they want to get each other's schedules and calendars together, at least meet in the middle for that. So they're not always competing for headlines. So that would be a good first, first item to discuss. Oh, it's social ranking. Okay, Lucy Morningstar, thank you. And based on a person's interaction with the chat, I had no idea. Thank you. And actually, Amber, I want to ask you a question from Jen about Camilla. She's getting a lot of cards about Camilla this week. She just got a new title from Prince Charles. So it's a big week. It's her birthday. Tell us about Camilla maybe coming up in the next few weeks.
Okay. Wow, what a mixed bag. She might be attending a celebration of some kind. Maybe it is focused on women's issues, but it's like she's returning to something she's done before. So but like left it and is going back to it. That's going back to something, but it's something very pleasant. It's something she enjoys. She looked very different to me in the most recent image that was shared, I think, on her birthday.
She's transforming.
She is. She looks so different.
I'll have to check it out. Buckeye Clay fan, how many titles does Camilla need? I don't know. It's a good question. Many. And Invictus Sportswear. That's good one. And okay, so let me just share this real. Does income come with titles? A good question. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, with everything that's happening where everyone is just going to have to pay so much money in taxes. And I think they put a hold on the income for the royals right now, from what I've read. So everybody's holding their breath, I think. Can I just slip in a question about Andrew? We haven't heard from him in a while. It's all about Donald Trump and Epstein. I'm sure Prince Andrew is happy about that.
Yes.
But what do you see coming up for Prince Andrew maybe in the next couple of months?
The Judgment card. Things are going to turn around for him in a positive way. I mean, this is Jupiter. There's a positive change for him.
Yep.
Don't know how it's going to happen, but it's a good change of path altogether. Judgment card.
Buckeye Clay fan, who makes this ranking since Val doesn't seem to know about it? Maybe it's automatic from YouTube, I guess. Yeah. Now, this is the one I was referring to before. Solar Arc gives you some really good predictions, details and predictions. So the 7th house, isn't that interesting? Aquarius represents Prince Harry. And so what does Aquarius mean? It means, kind of to quit. He quit the royal family, of course. Yeah. And so we're going to look not just at the 7th house, which has a couple of planets in there, Chiron being one of them, of like being hurt or hurting. Yeah. And there is Prince Harry right here. At the moment, there's still an opposition here, right there with Neptune, where he's kind of absent. He's like, bye-bye. He's in other countries. Nobody's really seeing him right now. And this being King Charles. So he cannot really see. He's not able to see Prince Harry. This is when the opposition began. And it was May 2020. That is when he hightailed it out of there, Prince Harry. And so you're seeing this opposition. So Neptune this goes for anybody who hasn't seen a child for a while, hasn't seen a parent, hasn't seen someone who maybe is close to them. You got it, especially for a slow moving planet like Neptune. Ooh, it takes a while for the disappearing act to end.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to, and this is May 2026. No more opposition there with Neptune.
Right.
So it does seem like Prince Harry, there might be something where coming up where the relationships are a little bit better for him.
Yeah.
Now, here's the progressions for July 2025 right now. And you can see Uranus is progressing in an opposition with Jupiter in the fifth house of King Charles's family. Prince Harry has really represented all that is Aquarius and Uranus. It's just these shockers.
Yeah.
And so thankfully, what you want is you could see the 27 degrees here. You want one more degree between the natal Uranus in order to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And the 29 degrees of Jupiter. So you like 3 degrees, gives you a little breathing room. It's not as intense. People aren't fighting as much.
Yeah.
But what's happening with King Charles here is there's something with Neptune, and Neptune is faking it. So it's because look, Pluto, so fifth house Lord, that's will, and he's in opposition here. He's too mad. Nope, not going to do anything. But look at how there's Neptune here. This is a fake. This is a big fake.
Yeah.
What do you think that means for Prince William and Prince Harry? Are they going to be faking better relationships, maybe for the next couple of years?
It's interesting. I think Five of Cups in reverse and the Four of Wands, complete opposite energies, right? The Five of Cups in reverse is releasing some regret or talking about regret or opening up to your past mistakes. And this celebratory, front facing ego and happy go lucky, it could occur where I could see it. I'm going to get one more. I could see it being fake. I'd like to see a different card for that though. Judgment. It's a huge change from whatever we're seeing today. There's a big change. They might talk. I think there might be a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely in Prince William's chart, Prince Harry, for a very long time, maybe throughout their whole lives, they really get on each other's nerves. So I don't think it's going to be warm and fuzzy. Lucy Morningstar, you mentioned, if you're not already planning a live prior to Koberger's sentencing, prediction on the outcome. Mercury in Leo, yes, 7th or 12th house of jail. I am planning on that. So stay tuned. Thank you for mentioning that. And let's see. So this is William. It certainly looks like something. It's so interesting how Venus, this is actually, it's kind of crazy. This is King Charles's chart, and Venus represents his wife. So Neptune is coming in over her planet. Does that mean more brandy, or does it mean that maybe there's more photos of her or something? But I guess we already covered Camilla, maybe more titles or something. But anyway, it does look like there's some kind of, it's third house, more communications, just trying to avoid all of the drama that's happening over there between the brothers. So it looks like there could, here's one, I got 2 more questions for you. One is, will a summit happen between Prince Harry and King Charles, like they're talking about, in September?
Oh, wow. It's going to be a reserved, very curated event, but this is someone laying down and waving a little bit of a flag. This is saying, I'm not going to fight. 5 of Wands in reverse is about letting go of your king of the hill position. So everybody kind of calming down a little bit, but holding back with the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's going to create a union with this Lovers in reverse.
The timing is so interesting because it's around the time that Trump is going to come over. So
Mhm.
September's a big month for the royals.
Yeah.
And I do think that the king would like to see his grandkids. So I think
Yeah.
that's a big part of this. But still at the same time, he's really tired of the media and all of the drama. So
We could see it announce that it will, and then it won't. There might be inability to travel.
it makes sense because they're planning this during Mercury retrograde, which
Yeah.
means you usually have to plan it twice.
Mm.
Something might happen, and even the fact that they were outed.
Mm.
A lot of people, isn't it funny during Mercury retrograde? They tell you not to do things during
Mm.
Mercury retrograde, and what do? You go to a Coldplay concert instead, or you decide to meet King
Mm.
Charles's people during this time frame, and something gets outed, I guess. So that's what
Mm.
happened.
Yeah.
It's not going to be smooth, to say the least.
Yeah.
So just to remind everybody, if you want to book a reading, our information is in the description box, or you can go to my website or email Amber. It's a lot of fun, great insight, and so fascinating. So definitely sign up when you can. Great to see you guys, and we will see you next week. Thanks so much,
Okay.
Amber.
Take care.